is Katherine reporting for Kids First. Today, I'm interviewing the wonderful and talented Sway Bhatia, who plays Sophie in the new show, The Mighty Ducks Game Changers. Sway is an actress, singer, dancer, model, drummer, and comedian. Her past work includes HBO's Succession, several appearances on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, and Master of None, as well as many plays, commercials, and runway shows. Thank you so much for joining me today, Sway. How are you?
Hi, thank you for having me. So excited to be here. How are you?
I'm doing good. All right, let's start with the Mighty Ducks movie franchise. The original Mighty Ducks movies were hugely successful, and I'm glad to see this take off on them. What drew you to working on this show, and did the original movies have an impact on your decision to do so?
Well, for me, I got the audition originally to audition in the New York studios at the ABC studios in New York, and I originally auditioned for a different role, in fact, but I got the call back for the role of Sophie, which is the character I play, and I used to be a figure skater, so a lot of people recommended the movie to me. And as soon as I got the audition, I watched the movie and I got instantly hooked with the whole storyline of bringing the underdog team to the championships. And I was really inspired by Gordon Bombay and his whole character. And I really love the movie franchise. And I'm so honored to be bringing it back as a series. And getting to be part of this franchise is a really exciting, I guess it's a big deal for me. And it's great to be able to work with Emilio Estevez. And he's just so welcoming. And he really welcomed us all to the franchise.
Of course, and as you were saying, it's like really great. It's great storyline and stuff. And since it was so successful, since the franchise was so successful, did you feel any extra pressure working on this show?
I don't think there was any pressure. I think it was just lots of excitement to be part of something that's this big. And especially now that it's going to be on a streaming device with all of us home, we're going to be watching lots of TV, which I know I do. That is something I deal with. And streaming is stuff that we watch a lot because not a lot of us are going in theaters. And I have a lot of friends that watch Disney Plus. There's with so many other good shows like WandaVision and now Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier and High School Musical, the musical, the series. I've always been a big Disney and Disney Plus fan, so I'm so honored to be on this big streaming platform, and I can't wait for everybody to see all the work that we've done for these past few months.
Yes, I'm so excited for it to come out. I'm really excited. So
Thank you.
now let's focus on the cast. So in one of the episodes, the original Mighty Ducks characters and their cast made an appearance, which I think was super cool. So can you talk about what that experience was like?
Well, I can't say much about that episode because it's a little further in the series, but getting to work with Emilio Estevez, who is from the original franchise, and getting to meet other cast members is really cool because, I mean, all of our characters kind of portray one of the original characters. So my character, Sophie, kind of portrays Adam Banks because my character is on the professional hockey team, and she's a really good hockey player, and she also does deal with a little bit of a knee injury, and Adam Banks also deals with injuries. So there's also all these characters have like a connection to original characters, which is really, really amazing.
Yeah, I also really liked seeing how they kind of had like a kind of a character that they were kind of like, and yeah, Adam Banks, I thought it was so great. And so you were talking about Emilio Estevez, and so he reprises his role as Gordon Bombay, and I think that that's so awesome. So just how much fun was it working with him?
He is the sweetest person ever. And, both Emilio Estevez and Lauren Graham are two big celebrities, and they don't act like it at all. They're so sweet and humble. And, like I mentioned before, Emilio Estevez was just so welcoming us to the whole Mighty Ducks family, and both of them gave us lots of advice on acting and how to really become your character and really step in the shoes of who you're portraying. And for me, I my character has layers to her personality, and it was a bit of a challenge because I had to put in my mind what side of me am I going to be, especially because I'm different with my parents because I'm a little afraid of them, different with my parents than I am with my friend Evan. So I think that was definitely a challenge. She had to be different people almost, but you'll see throughout the series she kind of comes out of her shell, and I love that she's so fierce and smart and athletic.
Yeah, Sophie is a great character, and it's just really great. The writers, they did a great job with the characters, and of course the actors, including you did a great job portraying all of that.
Thank you so much. I can't wait for everybody to see the whole show, and I'm excited to see all the rest of the episodes.
Yes, me too. So this show has very diverse characters and a very diverse cast. It's a co-ed team. It has all sorts of shapes and sizes, as well as varied ethnicities. As a person of Indian descent, what do you and your character bring to the show?
I think what's great about my character is that she breaks many stereotypes, and I like to say, she's not censored to the point where she has many insecurities that you may not see from the outside when you first see her character and she's first introduced to the show. But as you see throughout, her character, she kind of comes out more, and you see her insecurities come through, and you see her being afraid of her parents, and you see how she is with her friends and how she really feels about hockey. She has a big passion for it, except she doesn't like the whole idea of the Mighty Ducks team, all about winning and these college clinics and being forced to get A pluses and forced to, go to Harvard or something. And that's what I love about her, is that you really see things that she's not a perfect girl, and that's what I love, is that she's not this fairy tale princess. People will be able to relate to her because not nobody's perfect, and that's what I love about her character and many other characters on the show, is that they really have a diverse cast and they really show everything, and I think it's going to be really relatable, which is amazing, and I hope to be a role model to young girls, especially young girls of color.
Right, and there's just so many people in this cast, and it's crazy. But there are also, since I mean it's kind of a show about kids, there are a lot of other kids close to your age in the cast. So what was it like working with them, and how did you bond?
I definitely bonded well with a lot of them. I think we all became an offset family. And what was so amazing is that on the other shows I've been on, including Succession and Masters of None, is that I'm working with a bunch of adults. It's only me and one other person who plays my brother. So I wasn't used to being on set with other kids, which was amazing to see this on the Mighty Ducks. We're working with a bunch of people that are on a hockey team. So you have even more of a bond because you have to create a trust, and you become teammates, and you have that feeling of you have to trust them when you pass the puck, and they have to trust you when they pass you the puck, and when you shoot, and all that. There's this big connection when you become a hockey team and a hockey family, and that's what's so special about working with other kids. And we're all the same age, like you mentioned, so we all connected over many things, and we hung out as much as we can, even though we couldn't do much because of COVID, which is pretty sad, but lots of FaceTiming.
Yeah. So speaking of COVID, I mean, this show was filmed during COVID, and I feel like it's great that you could still do this and stuff. So what extra procedures were there while filming during COVID?
There were definitely many extra procedures that we did not take when filming the pilot in February because COVID really wasn't a thing. So when we went back in August and September to film, we always had to wear masks. We were getting tested constantly, and constant hand washing. A lot of what was going on set was definitely different as well. Our crafty, which is where we get all of our snacks, wasn't like all laid out. You had like somebody handing you all the snacks. It was definitely a very different experience, but I think we were all just so honored to be back on set and filming during this pandemic where a lot of people can't even see their family or friends. So we were honored to get to be with people in person. It was amazing, and finally get to take our masks off when we're in front of the camera.
Yeah, I feel like just going from, the pilot in February, you're just kind of like, okay, not so bad. But then once you go all the way back, you're just like, oh my goodness, finally.
For sure.
Yeah. So let's discuss about some hockey. And you look really good on ice. And so I'm really curious if you had any prior knowledge about like hockey, or have you ever laced up a pair of like hockey skates and played the game before working on the show.
Yeah, I used to be a figure skater, so I had a little bit of training in that way, but I never thought of hockey, or I never played hockey. So when I got our first 2 weeks of training with NHL players, it's such a great experience getting to learn from people like them. I think we all learned really quickly, and I had to get used to the different blade that hockey has. But it was great getting to work with the whole cast. They're all so supportive, and I think everybody on the cast learned really quickly. And you can see throughout the show how everybody gets better, which is really amazing to watch. And I can't wait for everybody to see all the different angles that the camera people did with the hockey shots. It's going to be really cool.
Talk more about like you and your character. So your character has a big conflict in the show, and she wants to play with her friends, but she also wants to win. So where do you think she gets the inspiration to handle this?
Um, I don't really know like what her like real role models are, but for me, the person I always think of is Kamala Harris. I think that's somebody I look up to in real life as well, and I feel like Sophie would look up to her too, because she dealt with many conflicts growing up, and I think she probably looks up to her, and that's how she deals with everything that's going on.
Yes, I mean, great role model. So that's all the time we have today. Sway, thank you so much for joining me. It was great to talk to you.
It was great talking to you.
This is Katherine reporting for Kids First. Don't forget to watch the Mighty Ducks Game Changers when it premieres March 26th on Disney Plus. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and check out all of our reviews and interviews from me and my awesome team members. See you later. Bye.